Welcome to Carolina Week Sports. I'm Sarah Moore. The UNC football team's trip to Virginia Tech territory Saturday leaves some hope, but a lot for Carolina to work on. On their first possession, the Hokies scored and Virginia Tech was off and running. In the second quarter, Connor Barth responded with a field goal for Carolina. Jumping to the third quarter, the ball gets away from Ryan Houston here. There's a mad scramble for the ball and the Hokies get it. Virginia Tech followed this act with another touchdown, putting the Hokies up 17-3. Here's last year's sports anchor Brandon Curry, and he looked a little blue. But Ramsey fought back, as did the rest of the Tar Heels, with a touchdown in the fourth quarter, but it was too late. Junior Garrett Reynolds says the team played well, but some areas still need improvement.
I thought we did well moving the ball on, a very good defense, and we just got to keep going and practice on getting offense going early in the game.
After 2 weeks away from home, the Heels will hit the field against Miami in Chapel Hill this weekend. The football team wasn't the only team to have a rough weekend. The women's soccer team also suffered a loss. On Saturday, the Heels got shut out by the Miami Hurricanes 1-0. The game was Carolina's third loss of the season and seventh loss in ACC history of regular season play. The Heels' next game will be Friday against Clemson here in Chapel Hill at 7 p.m. The men's soccer team had a rather anticlimactic weekend as the Heels tied VCU 0-0. The game was the Heels' fourth tie of the season, resulting in a 4-2-4 record. Carolina will host Liberty tomorrow night at 7:30. The Tar Heel softball team capped off its fall season this weekend. Saturday, the Heels faced Campbell in what turned out to be a pitcher's duel. Solid hitting for both teams and tough defense for the Heels called on junior pitcher Amber Johnson to strike out the batters. The offense got the bats going as Cassie Palmer hits a double to center, but they couldn't push a run across, ending the game in a 6-6 tie. Later that afternoon, the Heels turned it around as they rattled their bats against ECU. The Pirates couldn't keep up with junior pitcher Lisa Norris. Capitalizing on ECU errors as Palmer scores here on a pass ball, the Heels took a 7-0 win against the Pirates. Senior Ashley Oxendine hopes certain adjustments will help the Heels in future games.
Have more hits together as a team, but also work more together by getting our signals down, with our freshmen. Now that they have gotten all their jitters out of their first game and second game, then they'll be more relaxed and ready to play tomorrow.
The team continued weekend play on Sunday against UNC Charlotte and Pfeiffer. The Heels fell in both matchups, losing 5-3 and 1-0. This weekend marks the end of the fall season, with the spring season starting in February. On Saturday, the field hockey team looked to maintain its undefeated record, going to Winston-Salem to take on Wake Forest. The Heels didn't disappoint as they dominated the Demon Deacons 5-0. Carolina's Rachel Dawson scored the first goal just 65 seconds into the game, helping the team get its 7th consecutive shutout. Coach Karen Shelton says the final score didn't match the game's atmosphere.
The level of play and competition in the game isn't reflected by the scoreboard. Wake's a good team. They gave us a good battle. They might have out-cornered us and outshot us, and we were fortunate just to finish today. We scored a lot of goals.
Baseball standout Dustin Ackley is looking forward to a new season following one of the finest offensive campaigns in Carolina history. Casey Sturgill caught up with Ackley at the Bell Tower.
What about when you're walking up to the batter's box and when you're in the batter's box? What's going through your mind? What are you thinking each and every at bat? Does it change? Is it the same or what?
It's pretty much the same. I mean, I try when I get up there, I try not to think about anything at all. I mean, when I start thinking about things, that's when I start doing bad. So when I just get up there, I just try to just get out of everything and just black everything out pretty much.
In Major League Baseball, you can get drafted out of high school, but you can't go to college and then be drafted the next season. You have to stay for at least 3 years after your junior season. What do you think about that rule?
I mean, I don't know. I think it's a good rule. I mean, you get to go to college for 3 years, and I mean, you're that much closer to education. So I think that's pretty big as far as that goes. But I mean, I think it should be the same for all sports, in my opinion, because I mean, you shouldn't really change it for as far as sports goes. So.
Back in middle school, you took a year off of baseball and you actually played golf. You ever think about taking golf back up? Do you still play now? Do you consider maybe playing it again at another point in time?
Only way I'd possibly do that is if I got drafted after my 3rd year, and I might have played pro ball for a couple of years, and if something would have happened and I wasn't able to do that, like my 4th year back here, I might try to play on the golf team. That'd be the only way I'd try to take it up again.
Seeing even just that little bit of baseball sure makes me miss summer already.
Yeah, it sure does.
Thanks, Sarah.
Thank you.
Our community has a reputation for hosting music lovers.
After the break, we'll tell you why it doesn't take a basketball championship for people to pack the streets.